You had drugs, you had guns, you had possibly everything that you would figure at, oh, wow, this is hell on earth. You know what I mean? That's what I had to deal with.
Antoine chose to retreat from the streets and create what he thought was his own better life in his apartment. His solution was to focus on his great love, animals.
At that point, I started to see a vision in myself, what I really wanted to be, you know what I mean? And outside of my home, I didn't want to be that. So do I continue being passionate about my love? And do I go forward, or do I get distracted and go a different route?
For Antoine, this meant sharing his life with animals that were no longer standard household pets.
So, one of my first exotic animals was a squirrel monkey. And then I started getting into boa constrictors and pythons.
Antoine's small apartment in the projects was slowly filled with exotic pets, allowing him to block out the grim reality of the outside world. Meanwhile, Antoine's brother Aaron had no such distractions. On the chaotic streets, he was sucked into a life of crime. At the age of 17, he was sent to prison for 7.5 years. But during his time in jail, Aaron had little idea of how his brother's focus in life was shifting.
I used to get letters from him in prison. He would write certain things on it that was like almost like it was scripture, And I would look at it and say to myself, what is he talking about? What does this mean? He would write things like, the lion's den, like lion's den, and then he would put something like chapter 2, verse 24. And it was like he was writing his own Bible.
When Aaron was eventually released, his mother told him that his brother had something remarkable in his apartment.
When I finally get home, I said, how's Antoine doing? My mother tells me, she says, oh my God, I'm crazy. And start laughing and start chuckling. So I start laughing too. She said, you'll see him when you get there. So I said, all right. And I haven't seen him in 7.5 years. So we embrace. And he's telling me, he said, I got something that I need to show you. He said, this ain't. So I'm saying to myself, being that we come from the environment that we come from, what does he got upstairs? Does he got an arsenal of guns, a grenade or something? I mean, what could he possibly have? And me being me, I'm, acting cocky. I walks over to the room. I looks in the door. All I see is one eye. His eye looked like almost like the size of a pool ball. But it was shining. It was like a bright color. I jumped back. I said, yo, what you doing with this? He like, yo, I told you, man. This is serious. I said, nah, man, this is beyond serious. This is crazy.
While his brother had been in prison, Antoine Yates had been making big plans. Refusing to be limited by where he had been born, he had dreams that stretched beyond Harlem. In 2000, Antoine, his mother, and sister had come up with a plan to open a zoo in Sullivan County, close to New York. To increase the stock of his planned zoo, he had turned to his friend, reptile fanatic Delvon Polite.
Like, we used to go to this pet shop in Jersey that had rare stuff. We deal with them type of people, and they give us numbers to call. Then we get on the internet, and then we found the lady in Minnesota. We just went out there and talked to the lady, and she had like acres and stuff. She had bears, she had tigers, she had lions, she had ligers. It's a tiger and lion mix. She had everything, basically.
Antoine had decided he must bring some big cats home